What's up, Nick?
What's up, Bjorn?
What's happening? Hey, we're back in the studio.
We are back.
We got a new producer.
We did. We fired David.
We fired him.
He actually didn't want to do it anymore. It was mutual.
If he listens to this, he's gonna find that out. He just said no too many times.
We had just been growing apart.
Yeah.
Is what it was.
He's just really booked on a lot of shows right
Yeah,
now.
he just actually is booked on stand-up shows.
Wildly successful. So he's outgrown our operation here. We got Terry. The T-Rex. I don't know. What's your nickname?
The T-Rex.
You kind of nailed it with Terry.
I like T-Rex.
T-Rex.
I don't think I told you about this. So, like, Terry's my, like, internet name.
Okay.
And Terrence is what people call me that have known me for a really long time.
Okay.
So, technically, Terry's, like, the nickname at this point. But I've heard, like, all of them. Like, T-Bone. Anything that's, like, T-Dash, Rex, Bone,
Time.
Bird.
Tea time.
Tea time. I have not gotten.
Yes.
But
It's a new one.
well,
Tea on time. Tea party.
Tea party would, yeah.
There we go. We got
Oh,
it. Tea Party
damn.
Terry.
That's
Tea
one of
party
those-
Perry. Ooh.
Tea Party Terry.
Damn it.
Tea party Terry.
Oh, America, what have you done to my life?
It's a
Yeah, I'm
great
here.
nation.
I'm stoked. Y'all had me a couple weeks ago,
Yeah.
and now I'm back behind the boards. Stoked.
Yeah, excited to have you. Yeah, maybe we'll start switching it up a little bit, get a little more organization here.
Yeah, we'll see.
This is one of the last episodes we're going to record in this space.
Yeah, we're moving a long way.
I know, we're moving into
About 20
bigger-
feet. It's
and double the space.
but double, yeah.
Like,
It's gonna be cool.
so I think we got maybe one more episode in this space, and then we're going to be on to bigger things. I don't know if they're going to be better, but bigger for sure. I forget. So you play. We've talked about video games a little bit. You play some.
I'm very casual video gamer.
Yeah, you're more the like. You play a specific Call of Duty.
I
and
play.
That is it.
I have a PS3.
But which Call
that
of Duty
still
is
works.
it? What flavor Call of Duty?
It's Call of Duty Ghosts. It's the worst one.
What do you think, Terry?
Call of Duty Ghosts is not the worst one.
Oh, really?
Advanced Warfare is the worst one.
That was
Which
too.
one
That
is
was
that?
too advanced for my PS3.
It was too advanced for me at the time.
Was it like in space or something?
The short version is like they had advanced movement, so you had like jetpacks and shit, but they did it bad. And then Infinity War was the good one. Warfighter. I don't know. I can't remember.
One of those.
But so you're
those
just-
all came after the one that I played.
Oh yeah, no Ghosts. Like I remember when Ghosts.
2013.
I lived in a
an old
hotel
game.
room and I played Ghosts on the hotel Wi-Fi with a bunch of like my internet friends, and
Nice.
I liked it. I fuck with Ghosts heavy, but
It's my favorite one because one of my roommates back in college really liked it, so we just played it like a shitload, and
Yeah.
so I know all the maps, and I have all the stats, and I have all the guns, and so I just play it over and over because I know all the maps, and I'm still not that good, but I'm not bad either.
here's the thing about Ghosts, and I'm not saying this to slight you right
Oh.
now. Ghosts is good because correct me if I'm wrong. There's a mode where like if you die, you don't lose your streaks, right? Like you can just keep accruing points and you can get all of the good streaks.
Yeah, but there's some streaks you can get with that, but not others. Like
Yeah.
the little dog that runs around and eats people, you can't get that in that mode.
I just remember
You
that.
could get like the little map, the radar map thing, and some other stupid shit. But like,
I remember it being like a big grind, but like if you really tried, like even if you died a lot, you could still get like a good streak, which made a bunch of people super stoked because they're just like, Call of Duty sucks. I just get streaks killing me all the time.
That's
But-
funny.
yeah,
Well, I've been playing this game.
yeah,
I think it's called The Two of Us.
yeah. You're a much bigger gamer
I'm.
than me,
And-
which is not a high bar.
no, it's not.
You own a system that's newer than a PS3, which qualifies you
I have
as a bigger gamer than
two systems.
that are
'Cause
newer.
I have the Switch too.
Oh,
which
you
isn't
got
that
the-
newer?
You see, you're
Switch
you're
and
way more
PS4.
in the game than me.
Right. But PS4 isn't even the most advanced. It's
I know,
the
but
5
compared
is
to
out.
the shit that I got, which is
so it's-
archaic.
So I found this game because I've been hanging out with this dude. Is it called Two of Us?
That's what I'm trying to figure out. What's the game about? Tell us
Okay.
about the game.
Oh, there it is. It Takes Two. Oh, okay, we were close. We're close. So It Takes Two.
Mhm.
It's a co-op only game. You can't play it alone. So you can play it online or offline, or like together. It's a split screen. It's like part. It's a whole bunch of games in one. It's really fun
Okay.
because there's all kind, like every level is a new mechanic. So it's it's mostly platforming, but like sometimes you have like certain weapons and whatever. But the storyline is there's this couple and they're in the middle of getting a divorce, and then their daughter sees them and she gets really sad, and she has these dolls that are representations of them. She cries on the dolls. This is important to the part that I want to talk about. She cries on the dolls, and then their souls get sucked into them, and they have to like work out all the stuff from their relationship by playing the game, and by working through the levels.
So the whole thing is you and whoever you're playing with,
and they're fighting the whole time.
You and whoever you are playing with are working out this couple's marital issues.
Exactly.
Okay.
And so they come up with they're trying to figure out how to become people again. And they're like, well, she cried on us before, so what we got to do is make her cry again.
This is one level of the game.
This is a level of the game. It's like halfway through the game. That's the whole mission. Is it's like you're like, okay, we have to make her cry. And so what they decide to do is take her favorite toy and murder it. And then that is what you have to do. And it's this cute little elephant. And the whole time, so like when you finally get to that part, I'm going to totally spoil it, but you get to this part where you have to use it tries to get away. You get it in the claw game, and you have to play the claw game to get it. And then it gets its paw stuck in the drawer. So you have to rip its leg off. And then you're like dragging it across the ground, and it grabs this thing, and then you have to rip its arm off.
Wait, like the elephant in this is like sentient?
The little cute elephant.
The cute little elephant is now sentient. So now you're not just brutalizing a toy. You're brutalizing a cute little elephant that is talking.
And the level, you're just tapping triangle the whole time.
Yeah, no, that'll bring you closer together as a couple.
I love you, but I didn't do anything. Why are you doing this to me? And you just have to keep
Fucked
going.
up, dude.
It's so messed up. And like Paul was playing it, and he was just like, I want to keep playing the game, but I can't watch. And it's just like
it's so fucked up.
It's so messed up. And then it gets to the edge, and then you have to stomp on its because it's like holding on for dear life on this cliff, and you're like having to stomp on it. It's just really messed up.
I like how we started talking about what is functionally War Crimes, the video game, and you somehow managed to like outpace the cruelty found in Call of Duty.
I know.
With like a children. You're like, well, it's about
it's like they played
a marriage that's falling apart.
Which was it? Was it at the campaign in Modern Warfare 2 had that one spot where you like just went through an airport and murdered everybody?
Yeah.
It's like they were inspired by that. They're like, hey,
Russian.
Let's see if we can create some serial killers.
Let's make these people tear this animal apart
to
make a child
weird.
cry.
Yeah.
And then she does, and then it doesn't work, and then you have to go to the next level and try something
Like,
else.
oh,
But it's
well,
just like pretty messed up.
Good day's work there. Made our kid cry by brutalizing a toy.
The two of us
They
came
came
together.
to life. The toy came to life, which is a miracle, and so they murdered it in a brutal
It's
way.
like princess elephant toy thing. It's brutal.
Deeply disturbing, dude.
It was like, what is happening? Like, it's
Yeah.
a great game, and then that part, that there should be like a warning,
So this
a
reminds me.
brutality warning.
So there's this girl that I've been seeing lately.
Yeah.
She nannies for like a family a couple days a week, and she was texting me the other day. She was over there. She sends me a picture of a teddy bear that had a bag over its head. One of these kids murdered his teddy bear. Like, put a bag over the teddy bear's head and then brought it to her. I was like, what?
Wait, was it because it was ugly?
No, I don't know. The kid's like 3. He's a fucking serial killer, dude. Like, there's no other. This kid's gonna be in a Netflix show.
It's,
Like,
yeah, like you.
yeah.
3.
Or like all the murder documentaries. He's
Yeah.
gonna be on every podcast.
That's
Like as the subject, not as
subject.
the interviewee. Yeah. No, it's like creepy as shit. But when you brought that, I was like, oh, these kids are murdering toys. Maybe they play this game.
I mean,
and he was inspired.
it was like a thing. Like,
He's like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to
did
do.
you ever like do anything weird with your toys like that, or anything
I
cruel
didn't
to
tear
your
their
toys?
arms off of them.
Nothing like Sid from Toy
Okay,
Story.
I did. Here's what I did: is
Blow
I
them
had
up?
no, I didn't do that. I didn't destroy my toys. I was actually really, really possessive of my toys.
Okay.
Like like, because I moved a lot when I was a little kid, and the toys were the only thing that stayed constant. If we want to turn this into therapy,
Getting real deep on size 10
if we
today.
want to turn this into therapy,
We're
we
10
can
minutes
go
in
there.
and we're already there.
Yeah,
The
now
only
you know me
constant in my
just a
life.
little better. No, but what I did do is I had some stuffed animals that were like kind of similar to real animals. Like I think
Mhm.
I had an elephant and a little like deer or something.
Mm-hmm.
And when I was like 10, I had like a blow dart gun.
Mm-hmm.
And so I would hunt the stuffed animals with the blow dart gun. Because the darts were like a long,
Yeah.
skinny thing, and you'd just stick in there, and I'd be like, "Oh, I got him," you know.
That's not
But like then I would take the dart out, and it was a stuffed animal. It didn't like break it.
yeah.
So I don't fully count that, but it is a little bit disturbing of behavior if you just walked in on a child shooting a toy with a gun, like a blow dart gun.
It is. I do remember.
What do you think, Terrence?
What do you think?
You're a
Yeah.
somewhat
No,
neutral person.
that tracks. What you just said, I should
Yeah.
also like for the maybe the listeners who don't know, y'all both grew up in Montana.
Yes.
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
so like
By this point, my dad had taken me hunting, and I'd watched him real life kill a deer
if
at
someone
like 8
yeah.
years old, and I was just like, "That's cool as shit. That's the
If
best."
somebody
ever.
told me
So-
like, oh yeah, there's like a 8-year-old kid in Montana who has like a blow dart gun and like hunts their stuffed animals, I'm like, yeah, it's a little safari inside the house. That's totally
There
normal.
we go.
It's like, oh, there's like
Okay.
some 8-year-old kid who lives in a city who like meticulously pulls the limbs off of their stuffed animals. I'd be like, that's one sick little fucker. Like, yeah.
Fair enough.
I think that tracks.
Okay. I'm off the hook.
I'll allow it.
All right. Well, let's get in. Let's
yeah,
get into
let's,
talking about
what are these?
these
These
shoes.
are yours.
These are. I'm excited about these sneakers because this is. So these are the Jordan Delta 2. The Delta variant is what I've been calling
There we
them.
go. The Delta variant.
I wonder why they're not selling very well.
It all has to do with the name.
Yeah, just search Delta 2. It should and just I don't know. It's weird that the colorway
Because you said these are the Flash Crimson, correct?
yes, Flash Crimson.
Let me see one.
I saw it come up when you search for it. So these are a employee store snag. I saw them, I passed them. I was like, those are weird. And then I kept going, and then I was like, you know what? I'm going to try them on.
Ooh, they have React foam. React foam is usually nice and soft.
Yes. They have React foam. Try oh, there they are. They're the first one right there. Yeah, that one. Because sometimes StockX calls it different things. These are the most comfortable Jordans
Ooh,
I've
those
ever
those are cozy.
gotten.
Did
and
they fit big out of the box, or is this just your
They're
big?
kind of a wide fit. You could,
Okay,
could
yeah.
try this. That's my big foot.
Yeah,
so
your big foot has
that
stretched this bad boy out.
I have worn them a lot. I wore them to Vegas.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
um,
these have been around the block.
Yeah, these have been on a couple trips. They're very. What I like about them is they're really breathable because this is like this
there's a bunch of mesh here.
mesh stuff.
That's
They got a bunch of random pieces of things. I didn't love this, but I'm like I do like these. These look like something that would be quote cool.
They
or
also
hyped.
look better on feet than they do just looking at
In
them here.
hand.
Because I've seen you wear them a bunch of times, and they look really cool on feet. And in hand, they do kind of look like somebody just had a parts bin and was just like, this piece, I could put this here.
Yeah.
Like, and just sewed shit together. But they look cool on feet.
So let's. So I spent. Let's see. I got these at the employee store. They're $130 is the retail.
Yeah, so you got them for what, like 80 or 90? It's
Yeah.
like 40% off, is it over
Yeah,
there?
40% of
Yeah.
130, whatever that is.
It's like $80.
Yeah. Yeah, they were like 70 or $80. But I tried them on, and then I was like, oh, I'm buying these. Like, as soon as I tried them on. Had I not tried these on, I would not have purchased them. I don't think.
Yeah.
Like, and they have had a few other drops of this shoe in
Yeah,
different
you bought
colors.
a pair for Paul, right?
I did. Yeah, I bought a pair off the sneakers app, like a few days after it came out, because it didn't.
It just sat.
It sat, and there's a couple new ones. There's several. Like if you go on the sneakers app right now and you say like what's available, there's like 2 colorways of this. There's like this Pride looking one that's coming out where the back is a rainbow, but it's not Pride, but definitely
But
looks
it
like pride.
is?
It's a pride flag on the back.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't know. I might buy them, but like these, I've just been wearing them a lot. That's why I wanted to quick do an episode.
Yeah,
about 'em.
because you're saying they got dirty immediately.
Yeah, because they're like a pretty light colored shoe.
A lot of
and-
suede
yeah.
and kind of soft touch materials
like,
that soak up
There's
dirt.
holes in the tongue. There's holes on the side. These have been a great summer shoe.
Yeah, not a good winter shoe.
Probably not gonna be wearing these in a couple months here. As soon as it starts, like if it's raining, I'm not wearing these. But this summer, these have been great, and they're really good for traveling. And they're just a super comfy, cushy shoe. And I remember I texted you. I was like, "These are the most comfortable Jordans I've ever worn." And you're like, "Yeah, 30 years of technology."
Yeah, imagine that.
It's like, oh, they're way more comfortable than my Jordan 1.
Yeah, 1985. That wasn't even the pinnacle of technology in 1985. It just looked cool.
I also feel like the contemporary Jordan 1s have got to be better than the 85 Jordan 1s. Like,
I'm sure they're marginally better, but I think it's still the same design.
yeah.
They don't have any like support inside of them. You
Yeah,
know,
they're
like the
fashion
new
shoes.
like the new Dunks, like these right here are still just flat.
Are the Jordan 1s now the way that like I felt about Chuck Taylors when I was a kid, where I was like, these used to be basketball shoes?
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
100%. Yeah, the ones I don't know how anybody does anything in those fucking things.
I
They're not.
I like the fit of them, but man, they're not breathable,
No.
and your feet do kind of hurt after all day.
They feel like skateboard shoes.
Yeah, they're
Like
very
I don't know
flat.
why who's running anywhere in those.
I mean, people skated them. There's like
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of
very
people skated
famous
'em.
photos of people in the 80s skating ones, and it was just because they kind of perfected. No, I'm not gonna say perfected, but they made a very good skate shoe without understanding that they made a very good skate shoe.
Yeah. So, funny story about this shoe.
Mhm.
Today, I was wearing them, and I don't know if you can see this hole that's in there. And
Yeah.
there's like this thing. I had somehow stepped on one of those things that like goes underneath chairs with the little plastic. It's like a
Oh.
piece of plastic
Mm-hmm.
circle,
like
and
a
then there's
nail
a
through it?
nail in it. And it was like in my shoe, and I was like, that's interesting. And I was like looking at it. It didn't, but it was white,
Mm-hmm.
so it blended in really nice. I have no idea how long it was there.
There was just a
And then
damn
I took
nail.
the other shoe and I like looked next to it and I was like, well, that's not the same. That's definitely something.
How long of a nail was
And I pulled it out. I was like, whoa.
So the Jordan Delta saved
Yeah.
your feet from a nail.
Yeah, like
That's a beautiful story.
I took a picture of it. I'll show you.
'Kay.
It was like maybe that long.
This is.
Like a half inch for those
yeah.
listening.
That's how big it was.
Oh, okay.
That's what I pulled out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I was like,
no thanks.
dang.
Yeah, you don't want that in your foot.
No.
Then you have to go to the hospital. and
Have
get
you ever had
like
a nail go in your foot? Or any part of your body?
No.
Have you ever had a nail?
I had a fishing fly go into my thumb one time,
Ooh.
like all the way, like a woolly
With-
bugger.
With barbs?
Yeah, like deep, like all the way up. Like we went.
Yeah.
I was like a kid. We went to the emergency room and they like numbed it and like took the shit out.
Oh, dang.
Yeah, it was like way too far in there.
I remember I put a fishing hook into my sister's back on a like I casted and it just caught her back.
That was basically what happened here. Is I had just tied the fly on, but I was a little kid. My sister's 4 years younger. She was just running around,
yeah.
and she like ran right into the line, and it just I was holding the
Oh,
fly,
no.
and it just went crank and just
Oh,
stuck it in
no.
there good and hard.
Oh my god.
So we left the lake and we went to the hospital.
My dad just cut the barb off on the canoe. Like he just had to cut. I remember he had to snip the barb and then he pulled it out.
Oh, if that had been a possibility, we could have. But no, it was buried in. But so like the point of the hook and the barb of the hook were all the way in.
Oh.
Like they didn't come back out. There was nowhere to be snipping barbs. Was no longer an option.
I've had several times in my life I had stepped on boards
Mhm.
with nails in them and had it go between my toes.
Damn,
like
dude.
like where my shoe got stuck and I was like, why is my shoe
You're
stuck?
talking about the classic, what I like to call a Home Alone.
Yeah, the Home Alone.
Like-
yeah.
Home Alone, It's the scene where Marv is going up the basement steps, and that little devious bastard Kevin had put like horror movie nails.
Oh yeah. Well, they were like I think he took like leftover.
It was like tar paper. He put tar
Yeah,
paper
like
on the
for
stairs
for your feeling.
and then
or for
Marv
your
like had to take his boots off and then his socks. And this is the worst part of that movie. And when I say worst, I mean like the gnarliest part. There's a lot of fucked up shit that happens in that movie. But Marv
played for laughs.
and
too.
when you watch it, he doesn't just step on the nail. He like slowly steps on the nail. And that shit has haunted me my entire life. So you've had that thing happen to you, and it's just kind of like split the difference between the middle piggy and like
just right between the toes.
Right between the toes.
Like you're winning that like knife game where
Yeah,
people
yeah.
go like between your
Except
fingers.
I was just walking on a construction site, and it's
Wow.
funny because it happened multiple times. I've had that happen, but probably I'm gonna tell. I'm gonna tell one story where I did have a nail go through.
Mm-hmm.
I had a nail go through the middle of my hand.
Yeah.
What happened was, slip and slides that were really popular. I wanted a slip and slide, and my stepdad was like, "We can make that for $10." And so we just took some black plastic, put it in the lawn, and took some finishing nails and just like nailed it into the grass, and like. I was like doing the slip and slide, and it wasn't as good with a swimsuit on, so I took my swimsuit off and I was doing it naked.
Okay.
And there was nails that had somehow gotten to the bottom, like
so
after
your
the
hand
slip
was
and
the
slide.
best thing that the nail could have gone through.
Like,
You really need to count your blessings, honestly.
I know.
I was gonna say you need to start playing the lotto, dude. Like,
Yeah, you got to start going to church.
you're like there I was,
Fucking-
butt naked, slipping down the slide, and then nails appear.
Well, no, I didn't even notice it had happened. My sister just started screaming because
You
there
were
was
just bleeding?
Because I was bleeding and I was getting blood all over the slip and slide. And then I looked at my hand and it was like there was like a lot of blood. And then I just pulled the nail out because I was like, ah. Like the worst part of the whole scenario, the tetanus shot that I had to go get.
I've heard those hurt like
Way
a bastard.
more painful.
I haven't had one that I can remember.
Yeah,
I might have had one with the fly. I don't remember.
probably.
Yeah, it's possible.
They possibly. 'Cause I remember when I hit my sister with the fly or with the. It wasn't a
The
fly.
fish hook?
It was a fish. It was just a regular
Just a
fish
lure?
hook. Lure.
Yeah.
I wasn't very good, but I got her.
You got
good.
her.
I caught her. Ended that
Uh,
fishing trip real quick.
Yeah. So you sent me a text the other day.
Oh yeah.
Got my blood boiling.
Oh really? Yes.
My blood boiling, dude.
Now I'm
What
intrigued.
text? You know what text you sent me.
I sent.
Tell
so,
the people what text you sent
I
me.
feel like we gotta fill people in on why it got.
we will
Okay,
after we
So I sent because like my lease is
we
almost
we
up.
talk
and I'm-
about vehicles a lot.
Yeah, we talk about cars a lot.
Bjorn's.
We text each other a lot. And I went on a trip this weekend to Boise, Idaho,
Mhm.
and I drove my man's 4Runner, and it was like really fun. I liked driving it. It's basically your car.
Yeah, it's like the
Just-
SUV version
yeah.
of what I have.
And I've been thinking about maybe doing a Toyota on the next one. And so, and I was thinking maybe the Tacoma or something. I still want a truck. It makes no sense.
They're awesome. It makes all the sense.
I think it's partially because I like really messed up the back of my car. Like I scraped some things and cut some things, moving stuff.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, man, like, so I wanted to get the new one of my car, but they're not bringing the hybrid to the U.S. anymore.
Oh, okay.
I guess. And so they're selling like the old body style, and it's like if I'm gonna get a new car, I'm not gonna get that. And so Paul suggested that I get a Tundra, and then I started looking into it. There's a hybrid Tundra.
Yeah,
that's
the
gonna,
2022 is a complete new Tundra.
the Max something. The
Crew Max cab.
No,
Is they
it's
still
called
calling
the,
it
like,
that?
just look up 2022 hybrid Tundra. But apparently it's gonna be getting like 30. They're guessing
It'll get 25 at best.
25,
but
30. The something Max. The
The
Hybrid Max.
iForce Max.
iForce Max. That sounds like a
Oh,
Apple
okay.
thing.
Yeah, I think they're doing the engine like out of the Lexus LS. It's like a V6
Yeah.
hybrid.
So I am thinking that is the next car that I'm gonna get. Now, I sent a text to Nick that was like, you know what? I think I'm leaning towards getting the Tundra on the next car. All right, fill us in on why that makes you so angry.
Oh, I mean, any of our dedicated listeners will know that back in the wintertime before I got my truck, we talked a lot about trucks.
We did.
And I was really leaning toward the Tundra.
You were.
I thought it was pretty cool. I still do. I don't regret buying the Tacoma because it just like fit my budget better.
Yeah.
And I've been really happy with it. Also, I do like the 6-foot bed.
Mm-hmm.
The Tundra's got a 5.5-foot bed.
Right.
6-foot bed. I camped in it last week and a half ago. Fucking amazing.
Okay.
It's like way better than a tent. It's really nice. Anyway, I really wanted the Tundra. I thought I had a lot of good reasons why. I stand by all of them. Bjorn shit on everything I said. He said, that's stupid. It's a stupid truck. You're stupid for liking it. If you get it, you're
we gotta
dumb.
find some clips.
You said things like you won't be able to park it anywhere. No parking spots are big enough for it.
In your neighborhood, where I just moved my warehouse.
Where
to.
you literally have to go every day and are going to move. Like, none of your arguments. Let's see, here at the studio, where you're still going to be coming.
Yep. The tiny
oh,
parking
Nick,
lot.
you won't be able to park it. Oh, Nick, the gas mileage, which is fair enough.
That's
the
the main
V8 Tundra does do really horrible on gas.
I just saw the straightforward, just like dyno gas Tundra, 13 city, 17 highway.
Yeah.
Now, I shouldn't say shit because I got an old Ranger that gets 15 city, 20 highway, and is about half the size of a Tundra.
Yeah. No, my Tacoma does about 17 city, 21 to 22 highway. And that's as good as just a gas engine truck is going to do.
So
the beauty of the V8 Tundra is it's been around since 2007, so they've worked out every single problem. So that thing's going to go for all the miles.
But now they just made a new one.
Yeah, and it's probably going to have problems because it's a brand new, completely redesigned truck. So you're going to get first gen,
early
year,
adopter.
You're going to be the person that they guinea pig a whole brand new product on.
I'm going to be taking that thing in every week for different warranty things.
They're going to be like, bro, you got to upgrade your firmware, and you're going to be like, what?
Yeah, exactly.
We got to plug it in for an hour.
No, it's probably still going to be pretty reliable because it's Toyota, but
all right, you boys ready for the fucking cold water?
Oh, yeah.
Neither of you should drive Tundra.
I know.
You should get a Tacoma, probably, because they're cool.
Yeah. I don't know what I'm going to get, but I just thought it was funny.
Honestly, if you get the new Tundra, I'm going to be kind of jealous and super hyped on it because I want to drive it and see it.
You'll definitely get to drive it. I got to drive it first, too, because I haven't.
Yeah.
But my guy works for Toyota. And so we were just like talking about different ones, like because I was looking at the RAV4, the Prime, which is essentially mine.
It's like a plug-in, right? Is that what the RAV4 is?
Yeah, the Prime.
Or the Prime is. Yeah.
The Prime is the plug-in one. But I want a hybrid truck. I think that would be cool. And there is the hybrid truck that they might be making in the soonest would be 2025.
I'm pretty sure
Mitsubishi. From my Mitsubishi guy. I literally texted him. I was like,
you texted your Mitsubishi guy?
The guy that I've bought 3 Mitsubishis.
He's got a Toyota guy, a Mitsubishi
guy.
He's
got a fucking guy for
what?
everything over
And the bear community is small, and they all work for car dealers.
And they all sell cars.
And a lot of them sell cars.
Okay. No, there's hybrid trucks though. Like there's a hybrid Ram. I think there's a hybrid F-150. There's a all electric F-150.
Buy the fucking Lightning. Yeah.
The F-150 Lightning.
Get the Lightning.
Dude, it hits 60 in like 4.4. Get
really?
That. Yeah.
Oh my god.
It's
and then there's that little Ford that's coming out for
the
some
Maverick.
reason.
No such
the Maverick.
I don't fuck it.
You don't think the Maverick?
The thing is, it's little for the contemporary car design.
It's dumb. It's got a 4-foot bed. Don't get that. But like,
for some reason, the first person I thought of was Terry. On that would be like the the person that would drive that.
I would love to have an absurdly small truck.
Yeah.
Like I want to get like a 87 Isuzu Pup. I want to get like all
a Ram 50.
Mm-hmm.
My buddy's got a Ram 50.
A Ram 50?
Yeah, it was the old Mitsubishi truck from the 80s, but they also had a Dodge version, and they called it the Ram 50.
I remember. I've seen that.
It's
hilarious.
A silly little truck. It's pretty cool.
I really want to know Terry's thoughts on the new Bronco.
You know, it's better than I would like to give them credit for.
Yeah.
I think they completely bungled the Ranger for the reasons I kind of just alluded to.
What? That it's too big?
It's too big. It's like,
oh yeah.
Now, and I should say, like, I really got to put that Ghost to rest, because I just know that like the small work thing is going to be like a Transit or like a ProMaster City or something like that. I need to get over it. The new Bronco, though, like, I don't know. It looks better than I thought it would. I know nothing about like the mechanics on it.
Yeah.
I know it has a 7-speed manual, and like which is a 6-speed, but it has an extra low, like a crawl gear. It has like a lower than first, just in the regular transmission, which is kind of cool if you get it with the stick. And you can get it with a stick.
The fact that you can
get it with that's interesting.
Yeah. I don't think anybody can get it right now because the whole first run is sold out and has been for a while. But
there's a couple I've been seeing out.
I know. I've seen a couple of dealerships.
I live by that
They're cool as
dealership.
shit. I'm stoked on them. I think they're sexy.
But they seriously are there for like a day and then they're gone.
Oh no, people are hyped as fuck on the new Bronco for sure.
I like that they're all available in a 2-door or 4-door, right?
Yeah.
They're kind of like, this is throwback to like the Bronco and the Bronco 2, because like I almost got a Bronco 2 the first year I lived out west.
Oh really?
And
my buddy in high school had one of them.
They're rad, and like I think at the time I was like, all right, man, like really bad mileage, and this is in like 2003.
Yeah.
But gas was like super expensive for some reason. And I don't know. I think you're kind of barking up the wrong tree with any newer vehicle, because unless there is something like the Lightning or a really noteworthy advancement in the design or the like function of the vehicle, I'm going to be like, yeah, I can get the same thing but 12 years older for a, I don't know, a 12th of the price. Like, dude, I paid $1,700 for my truck. It's like the best $1,700 I've ever spent in my life.
Yeah.
No, my justification for buying, it wasn't new, but it basically is a 2020. I bought it with $17K, so
that's perfect.
Pretty new.
Yeah.
I got pretty much no discount because it's a Tacoma, but I don't know. My justification was I just had a Subaru for the last few years that had cost me its value like 1.5 times over in like head gaskets and all the Subaru bullshit, and I was just like, you know what? I don't want to dump a pile of money into a car.
I could see
in
that
repairs.
for
so
sure.
I want something like new that I can drive the wheels off of.
I've been very
It's gonna
fortunate
last a
that
long
like
time.
I had an old Subaru that had like a head gasket. I sold it before it went.
Oh.
So, but I sold it for $600. And I've been pretty fortunate to like never have like a really serious mechanical issue with any of my vehicles, barring the motorcycle I've left outside for like 3 years. But everything else has like been pretty straightforward, and like there's a couple things I got to do to my truck, but at the same time, like that's the beauty of having a beater thing is like, here's a good example. My odometer went out a year and a half ago. So I'm still driving at 92,000 miles on a 1997.
You're not even putting any more miles
Dude,
on
it's
it.
fucking
Resell on this thing. Woo, baby.
That's so funny.
Low
Now,
mileage.
The Subaru, I caught it before it actually went.
Yeah,
but I
that's
did
good.
pay to get them fixed. It was like $4,000 because I had a bunch of other stuff done at the same time because the engine's out, so you might as well just do it all. And then I kept it for a year and a half, and then I sold it for $5,500. So I did get my money back off that thing. And then immediately gave all that and a lot more to the dealership that I bought my truck from. So
I mean, whenever I drive your truck, I get very nostalgic to the truck that I drove literally across the country like 4 times.
There is
Had bigger tires, and it was the manual, and it was like the biggest engine that.
Oh yeah, like mine when I got it, it was a price and like consideration of what I was going to be doing with it, right? Because like I think
you're like around town, not really in the snow that much, like.
Not going up to the mountain. Don't really need 4-wheel. I'm not like doing any gnarly like. The only time I wish I had 4-wheel was when I was like pulling stumps out with it. You know. But I had a roommate that had a 4-wheel, so I just used that.
Yeah. It's funny how that is, where you're like, oh, like my last car, I think I used the 4-wheel on it once, and it was probably like by accident. I just like set something on it. Or my dog walked across it.
Yeah. And I just think like because for me, so I think the conversation that I would have with people is like, are you going to use your truck, right? And like you went camping in your truck, that's great. I think trucks, unfortunately, are just like such a dumb American thing now. Like I think I told this to you, like I was in Copenhagen a while ago, and I was there for 8 days. I saw one truck the entire time because it was all just like vans and like work vehicles.
Yeah. I notice that like every time I go, honestly, I notice it when I go home to Montana and then come back here. Like anytime you go to a city, even in America, it's like, oh, not everybody just has a truck.
And that's the funny thing.
Everyone has a truck. If you don't have a truck,
in Idaho, everyone has a truck.
Dude, I drive around Portland and I'm just like, oh, another giant King Ranch with Washington plates on it. Like, okay, here we go.
Yeah, no, I work up in Longview right now, and
they got some trucks up there. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, I'm glad I got mine because I fit in.
Yeah, no one's like, like Subaru fellas come to town. Yeah,
Oregon plates on a Subaru.
But then
this fucking puss.
That's the embarrassing. If you get like, so mine is like a 2-wheel. It's like the big engine, but it's 2-wheel drive, automatic. And pretty shortly after I got it, I was doing this job out in like McMinnville, like in the sticks. And I got it stuck, and the guy's like, "Let's just put it in 4-wheel and get things going." And I told him, I was like, "Bro, I got the city version, man." I was like, "Go get that John Deere, bring it over here, and yank me out. We'll be done with this." Like, come on. So even like I can't be a truck guy because it's like the same. I've told you about this, like with my my Harley. Like I'm not a Harley guy because Harley guys look at my bike and they're like, "Oh, what's happening? Your old lady let you take the bike out today?" Because I have a Sportster 883. Like, no matter what I do,
that's not a cool Harley.
It's the smallest one that they made.
Oh, okay.
Like it's the wife's bike, you know. And it's I'm fortunate for it because now I'm just like, yeah. Why do I want to impress truck guys? I was like, they're the worst. What the hell? No offense. You're not.
A lot of
I don't have you in the truck guy category, Nick.
I'm like somewhere in the middle. There's a lot of truck guys that are the worst.
I think it's the Montana in me that, like, I don't know.
I feel
the
like
car I have
mid-sized truck guys are a different thing, too.
Define mid-size.
Like
you're saying
Tacoma,
like Tacomas? Yeah.
Ranger.
Yeah.
What's the Colorado?
Yep.
Your Ranger, first-gen Ranger.
First-gen Rangers, man. I love this. And same thing with Tacomas. Like the early Tacomas.
My dad has a 99.
The old like R32s or whatever the hell they're called, the ones that just say Toyota on the back.
Oh, he had one of them. My dad had an 86 Toyota pickup, 2-wheel drive.
Yep. That's what I was looking for a minute. The thing is, around Portland, you cannot get them for cheap.
They're hard to find.
Very coveted vehicles.
Hard to find.
So
any Toyotas.
Anywhere, those are tough to get.
So you're saying your car kind of makes sense
for what I use it for most of the time.
It does, but I feel like I feel like a Tacoma is actually kind of your personality.
It is, but I just
see
moved
the Tundra.
a lot of stuff, and so like I think that's why my brain is going there.
Right, but you as a business owner, I feel like a truck is like a business owner's vehicle.
I love this.
No,
Nick
you want to know
to talk me into it, and then here we go, Terrence.
You want to know what the answer is? Trailer. Buy a trailer.
Nah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, I gotta put a hitch on
He's
mine.
putting underwear in cardboard boxes in it. Come on.
A truck, dude.
Yo, I go to the
that underwear around.
I go to the landscaping place and I get clowned on by the people that work there because I'm like, yeah, let me get a half yard of like, gravel or something. And they're like, you're gonna fit a half yard in that thing. And I'm like, yeah. And they're like, yeah, your suspension ain't gonna like it. Buy a trailer. You have a trailer hitch on your car right now, right?
No, I don't. I gotta put that on it.
Right, but you see, then you only really need the trailer about once every year, once or twice a year when you get the big shipments in.
No, I don't need it anymore.
Yeah,
because the new space has a loading dock.
Okay,
and I bought a. I got to tell this story though, because I borrowed. I borrowed his truck, and it was. I didn't realize when I asked to borrow it, you left out the fact that it was full of gravel in the back, which is fine. Wasn't a big deal.
Looked like a Jaguar litter box.
Like a big old litter box
tight.
situation.
Yeah.
But there was like some cardboard in there, and I haven't driven a truck with no topper on it in a while. I forgot that like you gotta tie stuff down or like pull things out. So I was like going down 405 or whatever. No, 205, and then I started noticing the cardboard was like ghosting in the back, and I was like, oh no, and those people were like tailgating me, and I was like, you're gonna get a face full of gravel and a cardboard box in the face. Like they're like right there.
Yeah.
It's like
good. Fuck 'em.
good.
Yeah, no,
stop doing that.
That's what they deserve.
Because it was just like there was like you could tell there was. I thought there was enough gravel on the cardboard that it wouldn't fly out, but it was like lifting up, and like I was like, "Oh man, that Corolla doesn't know what's coming."
Dude, that's the reason one of the reasons I got a topper on the truck is I don't have that trust that things are going to stay there.
Yeah.
In the bed.
Well, okay, what are your thoughts on the FJ Cruiser now that we're talking about Toyotas?
Okay, if we're talking about old Toyotas.
I heard something, and it's part of why they don't do it anymore.
Oh, okay. Well, I always thought it was a cool-looking rig.
Yeah.
I always thought it looked awesome.
Awful gas mileage.
Well, it's literally square.
Yeah.
It's literally a cube.
It's like their
It's the Toyota Hummer.
The Toyota Hummer, thank you.
Yeah,
That's
100%. They saw how successful the Hummer was. I think this was in the regular car reviews of it. They were like, yeah, Toyota just saw like Hummers were successful. Let's build a better one.
Yeah.
It's like an amazing off-road vehicle, and they hold their value better than any other car.
Really?
They're the number one.
What does it stand for?
The FJ?
Well, it's a throwback to the Land Cruiser from way back in the day.
Yeah.
The original Land Cruiser was called the FJ40. And they've been using FJ and then a number as the code for all the Land Cruisers since then until like the 90s. And so they called this the FJ Cruiser as a throwback to that.
FJ Cruiser sounds like a character from the Cars movie. Like,
it does.
I have never been able to take this vehicle seriously because I literally
Just
have not.
because of the name?
This is the first time I've sat down and been like, let me take a good serious look at the FJ Cruiser. Because mentally,
it looks cool as
I had
shit.
it categorized as like the PT Cruiser.
Right.
And I was like, oh, it's like the fucking one that you put truck nuts on. Like,
Yeah.
it looks cool.
So a fun fact
It's a
that I
4Runner
learned.
with a body kit.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Fun
Exact
fact
same
that
cars.
I learned about this
Yeah.
vehicle and why you don't want to buy one.
Okay.
Is that windshield. They crack all the time because of the angle of it.
Because it's so steep.
Because it's so steep. Anytime anything hits it, it just destroys your windshield. It's like you have to replace the windshield almost every year.
But you know what's cool
On
about
it.
that windshield is it's so vertical that it's kind of short. So instead of using 2 wipers, because wipers are too long, you have 3 short wipers.
Does it have 3 wipers?
It has 3. It has a little. It has 3
It
equal
has
sized wipers.
extra wipers on that.
Bjorn, you should get
a.
you should get a Dodge Magnum with a Hemi in it and a trailer hitch. That's what you should get.
Yes, actually, do get a Dodge Magnum. That's a hilarious
Dodge
car.
Magnum?
Dodge Magnum is like
They briefly
oh.
made a wagon Charger, and it's fucking cool.
It looks like it's the one that looks like the old
It literally-
Durango just got like smushed.
Yeah,
in
like
a
a
car
Durango
smusher.
got stepped on.
when I was a kid, I wanted a Dodge Magnum.
Oh,
Dodge
it's
Magnum.
dirty. Look at that awesome like mock-up of a Hellcat Magnum
I would
over there.
drive that. I would so drive
Oh,
that.
I would
car.
drive the shit out of
So the thing about this was like
With
this
the camper
for a
behind it.
minute it turned into like a rapper car. Like T.I. used to rap. He's like, I got a Magnum with a Magnum in it.
Oh yeah. yeah.
And they were weird. Have either of you ever? You've never been in one. You've never
No.
been in
No.
one. They're weird cars to be in because when you said it's had a short windshield, the Magnum, it feels like you have like the World War II like pillbox sentry view of the world. and there's like a lot going on with like the pillars in the car.
Google
Yeah,
the
It looks like
interior.
it
I want to see
It
what
looks
the
like it would
interior
have
looks like.
blind spots like nobody's
Yes,
business.
very much so.
Like, oh my god, that's such a. I would so drive that. Oh, it's not really showing the.
Yeah,
windshield
it's
first.
Oh wow, look at that classic late
So this
2000s
is a
Chrysler
silly thing,
garbage interior.
but I like
Absolute trash. Look at that thing.
I like when a steering wheel
Mhm.
has the grip in the middle, like the bottom middle of it. That was the one thing I didn't like about my Ranger. Is there's that thing. It's like 3.
Oh, you like where it's where
I like
there's-
to drive like this
Oh,
on the
Sure.
bottom.
No, that's fair.
And like that was something I really liked about the 4Runner. It's something I
yeah,
really like
it's
about
got
my
the same
car.
steering wheel as mine. I
Yeah,
think
yeah.
the 400, where it's like 2 vertical things, so there is a little bit there.
Y'all got the game fucked up. You just need to get a suicide knob like your
Yeah,
boy.
yeah, dude.
Now I don't have one on, but did you ever drive my truck when I had the suicide knob on?
You had one of those.
I was like, this is
Uh-huh.
That's pretty
Is
cool.
it illegal here? Because it is in Montana. I know
The legality depends on the state, and I think they have like exceptions for like vehicles that kind of require it.
that. Okay. Yeah. Like tractors and stuff.
Also known
Or
as a
no
spinner
power
knob.
steering.
Yeah.
Anything that doesn't have power
Mine's
steering.
a 8-ball. It's tight.
Yeah, that's right. Of course it is.
Oh,
of course
It's
it is.
fucking tight.
Hey, babe, I'm going down to
Yeah.
the billiards room.
Hold on, I gotta make a big left in my '97 Ranger. You got a trailer on that thing? Nope.
Like,
That's hilarious.
That'd be sick if it made like the little slide whistle noise when I used the suicide knob.
yeah.
Dude, someone needs to make a Dodge Magnum into like a camper. Like
You're
just
thinking
2
of
seats,
the
but with a-
Pontiac Aztec.
Oh yeah. Let's talk about the Aztec. How long was that thing in?
not super long enough, too long.
I'm
honestly.
pretty sure,
It wasn't.
And I
it was
might
a-
be wrong. I might be
This
wrong.
is the Walter White car.
The
It
Walter
is the
White
Walter
car.
White car.
And because of that, it's
They
now
sold Mo.
sought after. Because it was only sold for like a very small amount of years. This
I
is
think
like
people
this
were
is
right
like Subaru
before
Baja
that
era.
when they said it was bad. I'm
So here's the deal with why it was bad. The Pontiac Aztec was built on whatever Pontiac's like minivan chassis was. So like it was not. It was kind of sold as like this fun, like
yeah, it was supposed to
off-roadish.
be like an SUV, but then it was
They had all
car
of. Now this
thing.
is one thing that I do think was kind of cool about it. They had like you look at the back and you're like, looks like a Tyrannosaurus Rex head. What's going on there? They had like kits that you could buy that would turn it into a tent if you were
Yeah.
going camping. Like
Mm.
it was sold kind of like the way they did the Honda Element as like the adventure vehicle. right?
Yeah.
That was what the Pontiac Aztec was. But the thing is, Pontiac fucking sucks at making cars. So, and this is like the dark days of American car
Yeah,
manufacturing.
this was mid 2000s G.
yeah.
They
This was
also put
or
a
early
plug-in.
2000s.
Like you could plug, like they put like a traditional wall plug,
Like a 12
in
volt
the back.
plug.
There was a 12 volt. It was I think it was the first car to have that, or only car.
Oh.
Because I remember in the commercials
Well, my
they had
truck
someone
has that in the bed, but
blending
new vehicles just have that shit.
things. Yeah, new vehicles. That's a thing.
Well,
No,
and
it
even at that
is-
point, it's like, yeah, buy a new car. Hey, it's got a plug. And you're like, yeah, I got an inverter that I bought for $50, and I got a plug
Right.
too. Like,
Right.
it's- I think that's one of those things. We talk about this a lot when people become victims of marketing, and it's like, she's like, yeah, check it out. It's got this. And it's like, how do you know that? Well, the guy told me. And like, sounds cool. And you're like, all right,
It's
yeah,
like,
whatever.
You just wanted that in the first place. and then-
Yeah, you're just trying
Yeah.
to find a way to say yes.
But yeah, apparently because it was the Walter White thing, these are pretty hard to get and sought after as a result.
Oh darn!
I know.
Is this the version of like what I was talking about with when I came on with my Nikes, where I was like, yeah, if you want a really rare car, just get like the completely normal one that
Yeah.
that actually doesn't perform well or run well, breaks down a lot, and just
But
keep
keep
it on
it mint?
keep it on ice, and then
Keep it on
like
ice for a
30
while.
years later, someone will be like, is that a Pontiac Aztec? What the
Dude,
hell?
You're not wrong.
What
Because
would,
like
what would be one of
here's
those,
the
like
thing.
a Geo Metro tracker?
no, honestly, like if
Are you
I
trying
could
to hurt my
find-
feelings right now? Go ahead, Nick.
If I could find like my first car was a 93 Corolla.
Uh-huh.
My parents bought it new before I was born. I inherited it. I gave it back. My dad still drives it. Fantastic automobile. But it's got like 250K on it now.
Yeah.
It's kind of it's seen better days. If I could find like a mint 93 Corolla, like somebody just bought it, left it in a garage,
Oh, they're out there. You could do
If
that.
I could get a garage find, like a 93 Corolla with
93
like
Corolla.
with like 8,000 miles on it.
I love it because this looks like every single car that came out between 93
yeah.
and 98.
I would pay like
It's
decent
just
money
the most plain looking
for like a very new 93 Corolla.
Here, tell me what the difference is between this car
Oh,
and
I know the 626.
this car.
The 626 is slightly bigger.
626 looks exactly the same.
It's
they
slightly
just
bigger,
didn't
but
shoot photos of it next to the
Like if you
the bridge.
kind of squint a little bit, like blur your vision,
Oh, no,
these are
it's-
the same car.
they're
They
quite similar.
are like
No, the Corolla's great though.
you know what I don't
Yeah.
want to get popular is the Taurus, the like 99.
I'm glad you brought that up
Taurus.
because that was my high school version of the story that you just told, where it's
Okay.
like, Mom,
Did
Dad.
you have the sedan or the wagon?
I didn't have it. I had a 626.
Oh, okay.
But and 66 hauled ass at 6-hill. It was nice. Anyway, no, in my school for whatever reason, it was like, oh yeah, like the car that got passed down to the kids was like a
98 Taurus.
no, not 98 because I was in high school in 99.
The like bubbly one, right?
Or was it the one
No,
before the bubble?
I
one?
would say it's probably like a late 80s Taurus. Let me see if I can pull one up real. Yeah, like
That one.
Oh,
this
Okay,
one.
Yeah. It almost looks like the cop car one, whatever that is.
Let me see like what's like. Oh, you're talking about like the not the Impala. That was the new one, Crown Vic.
Yeah, it kind of looks like a Crown Vic.
A little bit. I mean, all that.
Yeah, I could see a high school parking lot being full of those.
Yeah.
Just full of those things.
Just those things with 212s in the trunk.
Yeah, right.
Dude, yeah, just bumping. Oh, what?
Oh, I had a 10 in the
Wagons.
trunk of
There
the
was a kid.
Corolla.
There was a kid that they had to tell to stop. He was like a nerdy kid, so he
Yeah.
was into like tweak. Like he put
So he hooked his shit up.
he had like 4, I don't even know, 20s or something. Like he would go to those speaker things and win them.
Like he had a competition
Like, he
rig
would-
in
yeah.
whatever his high school car was.
His high school
I love
car
this kid. This
was a
kid's awesome.
Chrysler LeBaron.
Fuck yes, it was.
And
The floating couch.
he didn't even have a back seat. It just had speakers.
Just
back
speakers.
there.
Yep.
That's
There was-
amazing.
There was only, I think it
was
had the.
just
There was 3
speakers
seats
and
in the
extra
front,
battery.
and then like there was extra batteries in the trunk.
Yeah. This kid is my
And
favorite.
just speakers instead of seats.
Yeah.
Y'all want to see what my actual first car was?
Yeah, let's see it.
And I'm going to tell you, my mother, who will be in town in about a half an hour, she made me sell it. I had it. Someone gave it to my father. Guy got too old to drive, and he's like, Fred, you want this thing?
1969.
It was a 69.
Nice.
It was an American car.
Okay.
It was a Pontiac.
Okay.
It was, is this what it was? Yeah, Plymouth.
Plymouth
Sorry.
Valiant.
Not a
Oh.
Pontiac. a
Dude, my
Plymouth.
dad had one of those as like his family car when he was a kid.
Uh,
His
we-
dad had it. He didn't have it.
We
His
called
dad
it
had a Valiant.
La Matraca, which is like in Spanish
Slant 6.
it means
Did
like
it have a slant 6?
I have no idea. I don't know. It was old.
Oh.
But it means like the rattle.
Mhm.
And it's like it's like the jalopy, like the junker car. So we had La Matraca for like years, and it was like when Terrence gets old enough to get his license, he's gonna drive this thing. I drove it for like a week. My mom was like, "It doesn't have anti-lock brakes, doesn't have airbags.
Power steering.
You have hell no, you have to sell this." And that's when I got the 66. But like,
You gotta pump the.
You'd be a
Dude.
cool kid in high school with one of them.
no, I would have been like one of the characters from like Freaks and Geeks who drives like the old car,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, yeah.
Yeah.
It ran good. The only thing that sucked about it, when we got it, it was like kind of off-white a little bit.
Mhm.
Mhm.
And I bugged my father. I was like, Dad, we should get the car painted. Oh, it's a cool like old car. Like, dude, we should get it black or like deep green
Yeah.
or something. So finally my dad's like, hey, so yeah, I got the car painted. And I was like, so like my folks were split up. Like I would not see my dad for a week.
Mhm.
And I was like, oh, cool. And I was like, what color did you get? And he's like, same one. And I was like, what? I was like, why?
He paid to get his painted.
So he's like, well, because I had my friend do it, and he told me like with like classic cars, and I was like, this car is not a classic, man. This is old. But he's like, with classic cars, like, you know, for the value, you have to like keep it the same color. And I was like, no, you have to keep the original paint job. You don't get it painted the same fucking color that it was. I was like, you get it painted something cooler. Ah!
Not with a Valiant, you don't.
Yeah.
The Valiant, you go big or go home.
Oh my goodness. R.I.P.
All
my
right.
La
See,
Matraca.
what's funny is if you were to roll up now in high school in that car, you'd be the coolest.
You'd be the coolest fucking kid.
You would be the coolest. You wouldn't be not cool.
I had the 4-door.
Hell yeah, you did.
Ooh, of course. Yeah.
Got a bench seat.
I was gonna ask.
The front and the back.
2 benches.
Oh yeah. Oh, bench seat. Red like
Red vinyl.
Yeah, red vinyl that was like it had
Did it have the 3 on the tree?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Oh dang.
Nothing down here. So like the bench seat was fully available, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And no, the big old steering wheel, AM only. No FM
That's
on
all
this
you
car.
need.
And
Oh
You
my
listen to
God.
Rush Limbaugh all day long.
oh my god. I almost crashed it like in the 1 week that I drove
Yeah.
it. It's one of those things like I probably shouldn't have been driving that car, but in retrospect, like I got a bug in my bonnet a couple years ago. I wanted to get like an old Lincoln or something.
Mhm.
I found a sick one in Vancouver. I didn't pull the trigger. It was like, yeah, in rainy conditions, it collects water in the frame and then rusts. And I was like, I'm going to pass on
Maybe
the...
not a good
Yeah.
Portland vehicle.
Maybe not.
Dude, I don't know what it was. My friend had a super old car back in the day. Shout out to my friend Michael Chernikoff, R.I.P. a couple years ago. Skater. He was like a skate friend of mine. He was in high school, and he hung out with me and my friends in middle school, and he would drive us everywhere. And he had this super old car. I don't know what it was, but it was like the super long. There was like... The trunk was like the size of your truck bed.
Yeah, it's a boat, yeah.
Like it was this massive boat. And I remember when he would just like put the gas all the way. We'd be like, should we do the 0 to 60?
And it just
like
go-
hit it and it's
You're like 27, 28,
And then-
29.
yeah, we're like 5 minutes. Like it didn't hit 60. But like you know, and it like and it was in that era, that BAM era, where BAM had that car that was like painted and covered. So of course it was covered in skate stickers. It was like this super old car. We skated it because it had hard edges, so you could skate it. And I remember one time he was taking us, like us, and it had those bench seats.
Yeah.
So we would sit like 4 or 5 per bench. This thing. Go and roll up to the skate spots like with
In this
like,
big
this
goofy old car.
huge old car. It had an 8-track player, so we went to the thrift store and we just bought whatever 8 tracks that they
It's like,
had.
y'all got 8 tracks? And they're like, yeah, they're back there. It's like, cool, I'll take them.
All of them.
Whatever
We
they
would
are.
just put them in. It'd just be like country music. And
Oh,
there's, like, a
another
bunch of
Barry
classic-
Manilow live.
Yeah, like some Wayne Newton. Like,
Somebody recorded the Grateful Dead on tour.
oh, it
when
was
they happen to have them.
yeah, 8 tracks.
Okay, so there is. We probably have to wrap this up.
I gotta
pretty
tell this
soon.
one story.
Oh,
Though,
okay,
'cause-
okay.
So we're in
Tell
this
it.
car, and we were going to my friend's house, and my friend Mike would always do this thing when people were in the car. It was like off-road recovery. Do you remember that? You learned it in? Did you learn that?
No.
It's where you go off the road, but then you do this XX where you actually go you dip it further into the ditch to bring it back in, to bring it back onto the road. It was called off-road recovery, and Mike would do it all the time when there was tons of us in the car in his boat of a vehicle. But this time he didn't realize, because the way that they had mowed, that it was like way deeper of a ditch.
So he
and
was,
it was
like
an incline.
he was like practicing crashing a car with a bunch of other
Oh, he would
people's
just
kids.
be wild. Oh yeah, it was middle school in Montana. Like,
Hold on. Middle school?
oh, yeah, it's 8th grade.
Yeah, this kid was in high school and he was
Oh.
hanging
He
out
was
with
in high school. He was
Okay.
like a
Middle schoolers.
sophomore. or
I thought for a
something.
second you meant there was like an 8th grader behind the wheel of this thing like, let's do some off-road recovery. Fuck it. Like,
I know, but I mean, to get your license in Montana, you only had to be 14, which is crazy. And
Yeah.
it was And it was, you could have as many people in the car. It wasn't a graduated thing.
It was
And there was
graduated
no
by the
speed
time
limit.
I got it.
There was no speed
Jesus.
limit.
Probably because this fucking kid.
Yeah.
I could have had my shit earlier if this fucking kid wasn't driving into the ditch.
They try to
Jesus
do like the
God.
whole like, yeah, we're gonna bring like the crashed car and be like, don't drink after prom.
Yeah.
No, they should just be like, don't let Mike do off-road recovery again.
Yeah, don't drive your car deliberately into the ditch when
This
it's
is,
full of people's
like,
children.
I remember in the 66
Or even
one
if you're
time
alone, but
I was in like a
Yeah.
industrial park, big roads because they have
Yeah.
all the trucks coming, and I just had a bug up my bonnet, and I was like, it had rained a little bit. I had same deal, car full of my friends,
Yep.
and I was just like, had no idea what I was doing. Came into this corner, pulled the e-brake, like perfectly drifted around the corner, and then went straight. And in retrospect, I'm just like, I cannot believe I didn't kill me and all of my friends doing
Oh.
that dumb shit.
mm,
I mean, we did a lot of that kind of stuff. Yeah, with Mike. Yeah, he did a lot of that kind of stuff. Anyways, that's not how he passed away, actually. But so he was doing this off-road recovery. He would always do it to scare everyone in the car. And I think there were girls in the car this time. And so he did it, but he didn't know that like the ditch got deeper because we were kind of going up a hill. And so we flipped. Like, I mean, it was like we just like flipped. We went into my friend because we were going to my friend's house.
yeah.
Flipped into the fence and just like took out the fence and landed upside down. Now, I was the only one in the car wearing a seatbelt. And so I just remember us going and all of the kids like falling onto
Yep.
the ceiling.
Yep.
And I was just dangling there, just like upside down. And I do remember that we tried to pull it out before my friend's parents got home.
The upside down car.
Upside down
Okay,
car.
just wanted to make sure.
Yeah.
Well, it
So
sounds
we-
like there were a bunch of you. Maybe, teamwork makes the dream
so
work. there.
we tried to pull it out. We tried to pull it out of the ditch and flip it over with my friend's truck, which randomly I was the only one that knew how to drive a stick shift because my stepdad had taught me how to drive a stick shift.
Yeah.
So we got the keys to my friend's dad's truck, and we were trying to pull it out of the ditch, but we couldn't find like a good strap. So we just took one of those like those like roping ropes. They're
Like a lasso?
yeah, like a lasso. We lassoed it. And I just remember that it didn't even move. It just broke.
Yeah, those things are rated to like 300 pounds.
Yeah.
So we just had
whatever force you put on a baby cow.
Yeah,
Right.
right.
I just remember that his parents came home. We had like a chain of zip ties that we had. Like we made like a chain
Of zip ties?
of well, we were trying to. I don't know.
Plastic zip ties.
Plastic zip
The
ties.
rope broke and you were like, what'll work?
Some
A bunch
plastic.
of zip
Fucking plastic
ties.
zip ties, dude.
No.
You like earlier in the day they're in school
But
and the
we were
teacher was
doing
like,
them-
one pencil. Bunch of pencils. Can't break.
No, but
Right.
we put like 3 or 4 to each thing.
Oh, okay, that's not
Like we
that's,
used the
That's
whole.
probably stronger than the rope.
I mean, I
possibly.
don't know. It was in a pinch. We did not get that thing. They definitely had to go call. His mom freaked out and then called a tow truck, and the tow guy
And,
barely got it out
Mike-
with like a
But just
tow
to
Mike-
make
thing.
sure.
Mike get spoken to about this.
I don't think Mike. We weren't allowed to ride with Mike anymore. Did we
Fair.
stop? No, there were no
Fair.
cell phones. Are you kidding me?
Okay.
And no one got hurt.
0 people got hurt.
That is incredible.
I know.
No one
I
got
don't even
hurt
think.
on record.
I think he still drove the car after that. Like the
Wow.
car.
They
didn't
flipped
even,
it over and they're like, yeah.
We weren't going that fast. Like I don't know, maybe 15, 20 miles an hour. So it was like a slow.
Nick,
remember it
how much
being
money
slow.
would I have to pay you to be in a car that got flipped 15 or 20 miles an hour? Serious question.
just right now.
like enough that it would change my life.
No seatbelt.
$50,000, would you do it?
Do it for 100.
100?
Yeah.
You
How
guys-
much would I have to pay you to drive the car afterwards?
like keep driving the car.
Oh, to keep driving. If it still runs, $100,000, I'm fine. I'll drive it.
All right.
I'll drive it for a week. One
Just
week.
wondering.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll commute.
Speaking of commuting,
Thank you. Speaking
Yeah.
of commuting, thank you for humoring me on the rest
Oh,
of
of
that
course.
story.
Of course. I didn't know you were done talking. I felt like a dick for cutting you off.
It's okay.
But
It's okay.
all right, so we're trying a new thing at the end
Yep.
of the
Yep.
episodes. So there's a term in the pickup truck world for what your pickup truck may well end up being. The term is pavement princess.
Ooh, okay. Oh,
But it
pavement
could
princess?
pavement princess could easily relate to shoes. It's a truck, so it's meant to go off the road, go through the dirt, go through the mud,
But you
do
never
everything that country singers talk about. Like, that's what trucks are for.
Right.
But a lot of people never take their truck off the road, never
Okay.
put a thing in the bed. That's a pavement princess. That could relate to shoes
Right.
in that
Ooh, a
do you wear
pavement-
them all the time?
Is it a pavement
Is
princess?
it a pavement princess
Or
or
are
are
you-
you going to blow the back out?
I love this so much.
There you go.
I think we know the answer
This is
on
a,
these.
the Delta 2. This is a blow the back out. Like I've started to wear the back out on these because I've worn them literally so much.
Because you stuck your dick in them a lot.
Mhm.
I'm
This
sorry.
ain't no princess. Yeah.
No.
Yeah. Oh my God, I love that. Real quick.
So that's what we're gonna start doing is
it a
one of us
pavement
has
princess?
to one of us has to be creative and come
Okay.
up with the
I like
the
this.
equivalent of pavement princess, and then they blow the back out because
Okay. 'cause
we
I
think
like
it's
that.
funny.
Because we've got a bunch of horny little devils here in the Size 10 studios.
Boys. Oh my God. Yeah. Definitely blowing the back out on these. Definitely recommend if you like a comfortable sneaker.
Mhm.
And we didn't really talk about it, but on StockX right now, these are going for like $96.
So you can cop them under retail.
Yeah.
Great.
All the
cute.
colorway, you can get all the colorways. There's like not even a, and
Full
they're dropping.
endorsement on those.
They're dropping new ones. Like I might buy more colors of these because I don't think they're gonna keep making them
You
because
should.
of that.
Oh, this is
Keep 'em
your
dead
Zoom
stock.
tray in advance.
This
Ooh, it is.
This is like the Zoom tray where it's like I know people are just like that shoe's dumb. There's no hype around it, so I'm not getting it. And Nike's gonna get a clue and stop making because they're making so many colors of it. So that one down from there, on that like that.
Oh,
a
that's
decent,
pretty much the same thing you've got. It's not exactly
the
the
one
same.
with the orange hit on the side on this plastic part.
Mhm.
That's the one I got for Paul. I got him those. They're like gray here, and then this is orange.
Are you familiar with the Hardens?
The Harden?
James Hardens, the Adidas
Yeah,
shoes?
I've seen the
Oh,
Adidas.
These
James
do
Harden.
kind of look like Nike trying to do an Adidas.
These ones look kind of
They
like
do look
the,
a little similar.
It's
I
the
don't love those.
it's the weird like
New
the
tab,
way
do it. Let's see it. Let's
the
see it.
Hardens.
The Hardens,
Let's
yeah.
I can't remember what they're actually called.
I think if you just type in
This is a
Harden,
very
Harden.
contemporary shoe, and that's what I like about it. This is probably one of the more contemporary shoes that I have.
It's not those. They look like Rugrats shoes, kind of. Like when I see
Like
them, I
wrestling
just hear like
shoes?
do 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 do
Do,
do
do,
do
do,
do
do,
do. The Future Naturals.
God.
Yo,
They
I
do look
they
like
do
this.
kind of look
Holy
like
shit,
those.
though. They
the
do.
Harden Volume 5
Here,
They've
let me
got
see.
like a
Future
little
Future
thing.
Natural Black. That's a hard word to say.
they have
They have a colorway that's like that. Oh, there it is.
these ones, yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
Oh, totally is.
yeah.
I almost bought
What
these.
color is that? Harden Volume 5 Future Natural
I almost got these for volleyball.
and white.
I hate James Harden, but I think that these are like really fun.
Who's
like,
James Harden?
James Harden is a basketball
I
player.
assume he's a
He played
basketball.
for-
Basketball. God damn it, Bjorn.
He played for Houston, right?
He played for OKC. He was
Okay.
part of like the Treacherous Three with him and KD and Russ Westbrook. And then he got traded to Houston, and then he threw a little baby fit in Houston because he didn't want to play for Houston anymore, forced to trade. Now plays for the Brooklyn Nets.
Okay, I remember this now. Yeah.
He's a good player, right? Is he
James
just-
Harden is arguably one of the best players in the league
Okay.
for reasons.
When he's trying.
Well, for reason like he's kind of like he's perfected certain aspects of the game.
Mhm.
One of the big ones is like drawing fouls on people, and
Okay.
there's going to be a rule change for this season.
Oh, so he's kind of a dirty player? Is that
No,
like,
no,
with
no.
the fouls or what?
No. Like he draws fouls, so
draws
like
them.
Oh,
he
he gets
makes
people-
foul him,
Oh, okay.
regardless of if they want to. So if they're too close, he'll like stick his elbow out, make
Oh.
contact, and then we'll draw a foul.
Oh.
He's a smart player. He is notorious for like he loves going to titty bars. Loves it. Well known for this. There was like some basketball podcaster who saw him at the All-Star game one time,
Mhm.
and it was the night before the game, and they're like, "Hey James, you gonna get the MVP tomorrow?" And he's like, no, and like went back to partying. And like he's just, this is the thing. There's rumors he was going to come to Portland, and people were legitimately like, yo, there's like Portland has a ton of titty bars.
They're just like, dude,
but
look
like,
how many strip clubs are
but
here.
they're not like clubs. Like James Harden is like an ace of spades dude. Like he wants to, when they had All-Star game in Atlanta this year, everyone was just like, yo, James Harden is going to get COVID because he's going to be, he's going to have like titty residue all over him.
Like he wants to be in like the VIP section and doing all
James Harden likes to party.
He likes to go to
yeah.
strip clubs and do what rappers and basketball players do at strip clubs.
And now he's in New York City, which has like terrible titty bars.
Oh, do they? Yeah, boo New York
I guess,
City.
if you're rich,
I'm sure
like,
they're good.
yeah, they're cool.
Isn't that kind of the prerequisite for strip clubs everywhere?
Yeah,
like,
but
if you can go in there with just massive piles of cash, you can do what you're supposed to do at strip clubs, which is throw cash in the air.
Well, you never feel like a broke boy. You're never like, no, I don't want to do that. Why? Because I don't feel comfortable paying you that much money for it. Like, it's just, I don't know. Like, strip clubs are a great place to remind yourself how much money you might not have because they expect you to have all of it.
Yeah, I thought the point of it really was just to like show off to other dudes that you could waste a bunch of money.
I think
that's kind of the main thing that goes on there.
I think that's a big thing now. I think like the whole like, and I'm going to sound like the oldest, dustiest head right now because this has been around forever, but like when contemporary culture found out about like making it rain, and it's just like, what's that? It's like, well, you know, conspicuous consumption, it's like that, but without the consumption. You just waste money.
Yeah.
And that's when like
demonstrating that if you can throw this much money, think of how much you must have somewhere else.
And it's just like, oh man, he's got it like that. So I don't know. Anyway, James Harden shoes, they're cool.
Yeah,
in my opinion.
those are interesting.
All right. Well, if you guys enjoyed this episode, hit the like button on YouTube, hit subscribe. Subscribe to us anywhere you're listening. We're on all the platforms. Go and follow us on Instagram. We're at Size 10 Podcast on Instagram. Follow all of us individually. We'll be in the description. We got new episodes every single Wednesday. Thank you so much for listening.
All right. Bye.